All right, over the last couple of days, President Trump has signed executive orders basically dismantling the Department of Education as a department. It still officially exists to a large extent because Congress would have to eliminate it to literally get it off, to literally get it, the budget item and everything else off. Congress would have to eliminate it. And I think there are some moves in Congress to at least put together a bill to eliminate the Department of Education, and we'll see whether they can get enough votes to pass it. But most of its functions have been either eliminated or shrunk significantly, so they'll be ineffective. And in the case of student loans, which I think is one of the worst things that the government does vis-a-vis education, because it keeps its hand in. Basically, now it has at its beck and call every single educational institution that accepts government loans, and that's pretty much everybody. Those are not going to be done away with, as I would like. That would save a lot of money too. Just do away with student loans, give it back to the banks, give it back to the financial industry to handle. Government doesn't have to subsidize student loans. The subsidies of student loans have only caused a dramatic increase in tuition. So the student loan program is alive and well and is moving, according to the latest executive order, to the Small Business Administration. I guess student loans are loans to students are like loans to businesses or something like that. Anyway, they have the capacity to monitor these loans and to execute on them. Again, government should not be giving out loans to anybody. Anybody. The special needs program and the nutrition program, which I guess the Department of Education is responsible for, I guess, funding lunches at schools and special needs programs. All of those will be handed to our incredibly rational and reasonable and level-headed RFK, Department of Health and Human Services. So RFK will be responsible for all of this. The idea behind all this is to shift the responsibility for education, to empower states and local communities to take responsibility for government education, so that government education is not, as a consequence of dismantling much of this program, a lot of the kind of federal mandates, a lot of the federal programs that dictate education will disappear. Now, whether they can disappear without an act of Congress, I don't know. What exactly this implies in terms of a lot of these functions still going to be around, just smaller, hard to tell. But this is at least a signal that the Department of Education is going to be very, very, very weak, and that it's up to the states now. And really, conservatives are talking about that this is a state issue. Now, the reality is that it's not a state issue. The reality is that this is a parent issue. And while we should all celebrate the demise, the death, and I don't think it's a death yet, but the decline, the demise, the shrinking of the Department of Education at the federal level, that is step one, and that is a good step. That is just a step one in a battle that has to engage with now 50 state educational departments. All of those need to be eliminated. And ultimately, public education or government education as we know it needs to be eliminated. We need to bring market forces, market competition, market incentives to education. And until we do, we'll continue to get kind of the rotten educational results that we're getting. I mean, kids can't read, they can't do math. Scores in decline. While they're not hugely better in private schools, they are better. And once you actually get all the resources that the public schools have shifted over to real competition in private education, quality will increase dramatically. Dramatically.